and welcome to our lesson on grade 10 trigonometry. In today's past paper series, we are looking at a past paper written in Gauteng province in November 2022. So let me open the paper for you and place it on top. Okay, here is it. Okay, so all right, guys, from this point onwards, if you are using your mobile device, please rotate your screen so you can have maximum viewing. Okay, please rotate your screen so you can have maximum viewing. Right, so let's not waste any time and proceed. I will zoom this paper. Let me go to the section on trigonometry. Okay, as you can see, it starts on question 4. All right, it starts on question 4. Let me try to zoom it. Okay, perfect. Okay, here is it. So now, without any waste of time, remember, guys, maybe let me go to the instructions page that whenever you do past papers, there's a point. Let's see, there's a point. Now, for counting, the point is 0.6. It says, if necessary, round off answers to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise. This is important to know. Unless stated otherwise, write your answers or round off your answers to 2 decimal places. Okay, now let's get into the work. Okay, so this was question 4. I recall this was question 4. Remember, if you're using your mobile device, please rotate the screen. Okay. So now let's proceed. So this is question 4. Now, as you can see, they say 4.1, if x is equal to 66.4 degrees and y is equal to 104.7 degrees, evaluate the following correct to 2 decimal places. 4.1.1, we are evaluating cos x plus y. So what is this? They said x is 66.4 degrees and y is 114.7 degrees. So what is happening, guys? Because you are using a calculator, you don't have to simplify all that is inside this bracket. You can just press this into your calculator and get your answer. Okay. So let's go. So this is on our calculators. This is cos 66.4 plus 114.7. Now, what is our answer? Our answer is negative 0.9999. Now, correct to 2 decimal places. It looks like it will be negative 1.00. Right? It will be negative 1.00, isn't it? Remember, it was 0.999815721. Now, correct to 2 decimal places, it will be negative 1.00. Okay, perfect. 4.1.2 says 2 sine x. Now, 2 sine x, remember, it means where does x you put? 66.4 degrees. Now, please press this in your calculator. 2 sine 66.4 degrees. What is your answer? The answer that I'm getting, I'm going to round it off immediately. It will be 1.83. All right, it will be 1.83. So, guys, how they mark this is this. They will mark for substitution and the final answer. Even here, they will mark for substitution and the final answer. Okay, perfect. Now, 4.1.3, 4.1.3, you are looking for cosec x. What is cosec? You know cosec is a reciprocal of sine, isn't it? So this is equal to 1 over sine x, isn't it? This is equal to 1 over sine x. Now going to the next page. This, what is sine what is x rather? X is 66.4, right? 66.4 degrees. Now let's get our answer. 1 over sine 66.4. What is our answer? Our answer is 1.09, right? Our answer is 1.09. Okay, this is us getting our full 6 marks so far. Okay, perfect. Now let's get to the next questions. Let's see. Okay, perfect. 4.2. 4.2. Now let's head to 4.2. So 4.2 says determine the value of theta correct to 1 decimal place. Highlight 1 decimal place. Okay, 1 decimal place. So 4.2.1, we're looking at sine theta plus 0.38 equals 1. Now this, therefore, you will say sine theta is equal to this 0.38 goes to the other side, so it'll be 1 minus 0.38. Alright, so this therefore means sine theta is 0.62, I believe. 1 minus 0.38 is 0.62. Now you're looking for sine theta, you're looking for theta, not sine theta. So what is theta? Theta is equal to the inverse of sine, 0.62. Now let's get our answer. Inverse of sine, 0.62. Remember what I said, if you're using Casio, it'll be shift sine. If you're using sharp, it'll be second function sine. Okay, now what is theta? Theta is 38.3. 38.3 degrees. Remember, correct to 1 decimal place. So your answer is 38.3 degrees. Okay, your answer is 38.3 degrees, 4.2.1. Okay, remember guys, when you are done, you should try to substitute this value into your original equation on its, in this case, on the left hand side, and see if it'll give you the right hand side. For example, we say sine 38.3 close bracket plus 0.38 on your calculator, right? What does it give you? When you look at it, it gives you close to 1, because when you round this off to the whole number, it'll be 1. So it means you are correct. Okay, perfect. Now let's then head to 4.2.2. 4.2.2, we are looking for 2 cot, okay, 2 cot 2 theta equals 3. Now this is interesting, guys. Okay, this is interesting for one reason. Cot, your calculator doesn't have cot defined, isn't it? So we know cot is a reciprocal of tan, right? So what is this? It is 2 over tan 2 theta equals 3, right? Tan 2 theta equals 3. Remember, tan is in the numerator. So what you can do, you can say, maybe inverted, you can say, how about we do this? We can say tan 2 theta over 2 equals 1 over 3. Remember, we just found reciprocals of inverted all these. What is numerator becomes denominator, what is denominator becomes a numerator. What you do on the left hand side, you also do on. Then, not looking for tan 2 theta over 2, we are looking for theta. Now, step by step, guys, we multiply throughout by 2. When we do that, let me use a different color. When we do that, what do we have? We have tan 2 theta, tan 2 theta equals 2 over 3. How is that? Better, right? Now we can find the reciprocal. 2 theta is equal to, the inverse. 2 theta equals to tan inverse of 2 over 3. Okay. 2 theta equals tan inverse 2 over 3. Now let's press our calculator. Tan inverse of 2 over 3. What is it? We are getting 2 theta. Remember guys, now you are in the middle of a calculation. Please do not round off your answers as yet. So you just write it as it is. It is 33.6900675.3. Right? 3 what? Degrees, because you used tan inverse. Right? You used tan inverse. Right? Whenever you use an inverse, your answer must end in degrees. Your answer must be in degrees. Now, you are not looking for 2 theta. You are looking for theta. Divide this answer by 2. When you divide it by 2, what is your answer? Theta, right? What is theta? Theta is 16.8 degrees. Remember, correct to 1 decimal. Right? Correct to 1 decimal place. Our answer is 16.8. Now, this, you can substitute this into this equation on its left-hand side, and it must be giving you something closer to 3. Okay, so now let's check with our calculator. 2 over tan. What is this? Tan 2 theta. You can either use this or you can use the 16.8. So if you use the 16.8, it will be tan into 2 times 16.8 close. Right? 2 over tan open bracket 2 times 16.8. As you can see, correct to whole number, the answer that you're getting is 3. So this is it, guys. This is how you get your answers. Now let's get 4.2.3. 4.2.3. So 4.2.3 says you must determine the value of theta correct to 1 decimal place for 2 cos open bracket 3 theta minus 60 degrees is equal to 1.7y. So first thing first, you divide by 2. So you are left with cos into 3 theta minus 60 degrees equals 1.71 divided by 2 equals 0.855. Okay, 0.85. Remember, in the middle of your calculations, you should not round your answers off. Okay. Now, we can now say 3 theta minus 60 degrees is equal to cos inverse of 0.855. What do we get? Shift cos 0.855. What do we get? We get 3 theta minus 60 degrees equals cos inverse of 0.855 is 31.24026522 degrees. Okay. Now 3 theta is now equal to, remember the 60 goes to the other side, it's negative. When it gets there, it will be positive, which therefore means it will be 60 plus 61,24026522. What is that? It will be 91,2402652 degrees. Alright? Alright? We are not looking for 3 theta. We are looking for theta. What do? We divide by 3. When we divide by 3, what is our answer? Our answer is 30.4 degrees. Our answer is 30.4 degrees. Right? Our answer is 30.4 degrees. Now, you can substitute this value, right? You can substitute this value into this equation and see if it gives you close to 1.71. Let's see. In my calculator, let's do it together, guys. 2 cos, open bracket of course, 3 open bracket, 30.4 close bracket, minus 60 close the main bracket. What do we get? 1.71072852. Correct to 2 decimal places. This is 1.71. Therefore, our answer is correct. Okay, our answer is correct. So this, do it in 15 minutes. Okay, Do it in 15 minutes and you will be good to go. Okay. Remember, with me, I can do it in whatever period, but because I have to explain, I will take a bit longer. But guys, when you are in your exam, try to not spend over 3 minutes in excess. If your question is 15 minutes, when you say you are super slow, you must have spent 18 minutes. Okay. Seating. Now, I see we are now heading to question 5. I think in Afrikaans we say vraag 5. Yeah. Ka Setswana it's potso ya botlhano. All right. Let's see. 5.1, they say sine theta is equal to 4 over 5, and then tan theta is negative. Determined with the aid of a diagram and without the use of a calculator, tan theta. And that's cool. 5.1.1. 5.1.1, they say sine theta is positive, as you can see, 4 over 5, but tan theta is negative. That can only be in the second quadrant. Tan theta is positive in the second quadrant, right? So this is theta. Tan theta is positive in the third quadrant, right? It's only positive in the third quadrant. So what is this? This sign, remember, is opposite over adjacent. So what is opposite? It's 4. What is opposite over hypotenuse? What is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is 5. Now we need to look for this x here. Okay, so 5.1.1, because we know tan is opposite over adjacent, we need to find this x first. So we know r squared equals x squared plus y squared. What is r? They gave it to us as 5. What is x? We do not know. What is y? It's 4. It's 4, right? So it's 4 squared. Now this is 25 equals x squared plus 16. Therefore, this then becomes 25 minus 16, guys, is 9, x squared. Therefore, x equals plus minus square root of 3, where you say x equals, oh boy, not square root of 3, come on, square root of 9. Now, x equals plus minus plus minus 3, because square root of 9 is 3. Remember, they said without a calculator, so this is why I might be taking longer here. So it is equal to plus minus 3. However, pay attention, the x value here, you expect it to be negative. Remember, in this side of the y-axis, x values are negative, and this side they are positive. So we expect our x value to be negative. Now let's conclude. Therefore, x equals negative 3. Happy? Now, remember, we are looking for tan theta. You know tan theta is y over x. What is y? Y was 4. What is x? X is minus 3. It's okay. You can leave your answer like this, or even if you leave it like this, it's still okay. It's the same thing. Okay? So this is your tan theta. Okay? This is your tan theta. Now, 5.2.1, you're looking for 2 cos square theta y. Now, what is cos? Cos is x over r, right? X over r square minus 1. So what is this? X over r square x over r all square, right? So now, what you need now is this. You will say 2. What is the value of x? It was negative 3. What was the value of r? It was 5. All square minus 1. Okay. Now let's go to the next page. We're going to say, because we're not using a calculator, I will say 2. What is 3 squared? Negative 3 squared is 9. What is 5 squared? It's 25. Right? Minus 1. 2 times 9 is 18 over 25 minus 1. So this will be 18 over 25 minus 25, it'll be 7 over 25, but let's confirm. I'm gonna try this in a piece of area, in a small piece of area here. 18 over 25 over 25, sorry, multiplied by 1 over 1 minus 1 over 1 multiplied by 25 over 25. So this is 18 times 1 is 18, 25 times 1 is 25, minus 25 times 1 is 25, 25 times 1 again is 25. When denominators are the same, you add numerators. So we have 18 minus 25 is minus 7 over 25. I think that's what I said. So it's minus 7 over 25. You see, now you are able to calculate this. So if you don't know how to calculate this like I know, please try to do this. It'll help. Okay, perfect. All right, now we need 5.2. 5.2, I must start it in the next page. 5.2, oh no, let me have something. Okay, it's fine. 5.2, I have to start it here. 5.2, remember there's a diagram I like drawing. Vertical line, horizontal line, right? And then I'm gonna draw 3 lines in between, right? And I'm gonna start numbering and say, you are 0, you are 1, you are 2, you are 3, you are 4. And then I'm gonna say, you are 0 next to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? And then I'm gonna put those numbers that are like really square root in all of them, but for 0 and 1, I don't have to put a square root. I don't have to put a square root for 0 and 1. All right? So these, put semicolons in between them. Put semicolons in between them. This is to say this is x, this is y. Now this is your 30-degree line. Let me just write this. It's your 30-degree line. It's your 45-degree line. It's your 60-degree line. Okay? Okay. And of course, this is your 90. This is your 0. All right? Now, you will remember that when we talk of your sines and stuff, you know sine is opposite over hypotenuse, which is y over r. When you say cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is x over r. When we say tangent, we say tan theta equals opposite over adjacent, which is what? Y over x. Now, what you need to know is that always the hypotenuse is 2. The hypotenuse is always 2. So the length of these guys is always 2. Okay? It's always 2. Moving on. We need to simplify without using a calculator. This is cos theta degrees plus sine square 60 degrees plus square root of 2 sec 45 degrees. Now, what is cos theta? Cos is x over r. What is the value of x here? It's root 2. I mean square root of 4. What is square root of 4? Square root of 4 is 2. So it's 2 over 2. In other words, cos theta is 1. Okay? Cos 0 degrees rather. Cos 0 degrees is 1. Now, sine 60 degrees. We go to 60 degrees. What is sine? Sine is y over r. What is y? Root 3. Right? It's root 3. So it will be root 3 over, what is the hypotenuse? We said the hypotenuse is always 2. So root 3 over 2 all square. Remember, it was sine square 60 degrees. Plus square root of 2. Because this is sec, I have to change it to its reciprocal. What is its reciprocal? It is, remind me please, it is what? It is cosine. So it is cos 45 degrees. Oh guys, if you like, okay, if you like, you can say, you remember that cosec is a reciprocal of cosine. So you can say, instead, it is root 3, sorry, let's go to cos 45, sorry. Cos 45 is x over r. X is root 2, r is 2. So we know that once it's cosec, it means these guys must be inverted. What does the numerator becomes denominator? What does denominator becomes numerator? So if it was 2 over root 2, I mean root 2 over 2, sec 45 will be 2 over root 2. Okay, so we can change this and call it 2 over root 2. But for now, let me not change. 1 plus square root times square root kills the square root and it'll be the number under the square root if it's the same numbers. So it'll be 3 over 2 squared is 4 plus 2 times 1 over square root of 2 over 2. I'm sorry this is a laborious exercise, but it's okay. So I'm sorry, it's a long exercise, but we just do it for the sake of I want you to understand something. But otherwise, you just do what I said you must, because I'm going to show you why I said you can say r over x. So it becomes root 2 times 2 over root 2. Remember, why am I saying that? Let me explain it in the next page. When you say 1 over root 2 over 2, it's similar to saying 1 divided by root 2 over 2. Therefore, what is this? 1, division. It must change to multiplication. And then 2 over root 2. Hence, you have 2 over. Okay. Hence, you have 2 over. Oh boy, somebody is now acting up. Agafunu bad. Okay, he's back. 2 over root 2, right? So, hence, this is 2 over root 2. You could have, instead of doing this, you could have done this directly from this step. You could have done this step. Okay. Okay. But I'm going to show up. Let me maybe have an option 2, okay? Let me have an option 2. So you can do it like this. All right. So now what you're seeing here, you're seeing that this guy cancels with this guy. What are you left with? We are left with 2. So let's go to the next page. Let me erase this. So you are left with, I think it was, let me change the color. You are left with 1 plus 3 over 4. 1 plus 3 over 4 plus 2, because the root 2's were cancelling, plus 2. So this, because you don't have a calculator, it'll be, let me see, 3, back, 5. It'll be, let's see. It'll be, okay, let me just simplify it. 3 plus 3 over 4. So this will be 12 plus 3 will be, I think 15. So it'll be 15 over 4. It'll be 15 over 4. Let me show you why I'm saying 15. This is 3 over 1, of course, plus 3 over 4. So you will be saying 3 over 1 multiplied by 4 over 4 plus 3 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 1. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. What is this? When denominators are the same, you add numerators. So this becomes 13 plus 3 over 4, which is 15 over 4. Okay, which is 15, 4. All right. Now, let me show you option 2 that I would prefer. But please, if you go for this option, let it be that you understand what you're doing. Okay, option 2. This is cos theta degrees plus sine, cos 0 degrees plus sine square 60 degrees plus square root of 2 sec 45 degrees. Now, cos 0 degrees is 1, sine 60 degrees is square root of 3 over 2 all square plus square root of 2 times sec 45. Sec is a reciprocal of cos. So this will be 2 over root 2 because cos 45 is root 2 over 2. So its reciprocal will be 2 over root 2, right? Remember, cos 45 is root 2 over 2. Now, the reciprocal must be 2 over root 2. All right. So we have 1 plus 3 over 4 plus root 2 cancels with root 2. You are left with 2. Hence, you have 3 plus 3 over 4. Okay, hence we have 3 over 3 over 4, and this therefore becomes 15 over 4. Okay, this is what you got, 15 over 4. Okay, you can do it like that, and you will be doing yourself some justice. Okay, perfect. Now, let's then head to, we have to do 5.3. 5.3, 5.3, 5.3, okay, let's see. All right, they say, in the diagram below, a person is standing at point A. Okay, a person is standing at point A, which is 30 meters away from point B. Oh, okay. Point A and point B are on the same horizontal plane. The angle of elevation of a first-story window at point C from point A is 15 degrees. Okay, angle of elevation means when I'm here, as you face up, so the angle that your eyes are creating as you face up, that's the elevation. Okay, cool. It's 15 degrees. I see it. The angle of elevation of the second-story window at D from point A is 21 degrees. Okay, I see it. Determine the distance between the two windows. Determine the distance between the two windows. This is interesting. So I'm going to do it in this way. I'm going to say in triangle ABC. Guys, pay attention. When I say in triangle ABC, I'm referring to this guy here, triangle ABC. Can you see it? So in triangle ABC, I want you to pay attention. What we do not have here, we do not have, let's call it BC, right? We do not have BC, or should I say CB? It doesn't matter. Okay, let me call it CB. We do not have CB. Okay, so if we do not have CB, but we have this side here, look at this. In other words, this is your right-angled triangle, right? It's 15 degrees. You have this, it's 30. This is unknown. What's this side to this angle? It is opposite. Now, what is this side? What is this side to this angle? It is adjacent, right? Adjacent. Why is it adjacent? Because when it meets with the hypotenuse and the angle in question, right? Okay, cool. So now what we need to do now, since we are looking for the opposite and we have the adjacent, we have to use tangent, isn't it? So we'll say tan 15 degrees, oh sorry, let me just write A, B, C. So tan 15 degrees equals, what is the opposite? Let's call it BC over, what is the adjacent? AB, right? So what is this? Tan 15 degrees equals BC over, what is, I'm saying AC. I don't even know why I'm saying AC. It's AB. So what is AB? AB is 30, right? AB is 30. So let me proceed. So we multiply by 30 throughout. Therefore, this means BC is 30 tan 15 degrees. Okay, 30 tan 15 degrees. Remember, they didn't tell us anything about rounding off and stuff. So I'm not going to do anything as yet. I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this, guys, for one reason only. I'm leaving it like this because it's in the middle of my calculations. So I'm not going to worry much because I will round off my final answer. Okay, so, but even if you round it off, it's okay because this is a part of the question. So let's maybe find our answer. Tan 30 tan 15, it's okay if you do it. 30 tan 15 degrees, what is it? It's 8.04, it's okay. 8.04 meters. Okay, so BC is 8.04 meters, is okay. Now, we're going to look at this other triangle. I'm going to say in triangle ABD. Okay, in triangle ABD, let me remind you what ABD looked like. It was 21 degrees. This is 30 meters. This is A, this is B, and this is D. Again, what is missing? we are missing AB, we are missing BD, isn't it? We are missing BD. So when you look at it, BD is opposite 21 degrees and 30 is adjacent. Again, we are going to use tangent. So tan 21 degrees is equal to AB over BD. Right? AB over BD. Okay. Is that okay, guys? It's not. Opposite is BD. So it's BD over AB. Okay. Tan is opposite over adjacent. Tan 21 degrees is BD over AB. Okay. Therefore, what does it mean? It means BD is equal to AB tan 21 degrees. Now let's substitute. What is AB? AB is 30 tan 21 degrees. Let's sort it out. 30 tan 21 degrees. What do we get? We get BD is equal to 11.52 meters. Right? It's 11.52 meters. Are you guys happy with that? It's 11.52 meters. Alright, it's 11.52 meters. Happy? Cool. Now, guys, note, we have BD, we have BC. We don't have CD. Right? We don't have CD. Remember, they said we must determine the distance between the two windows. The distance between the two windows is CD. So, let me show you. When you look at it, BD must be equal to BC plus CD, isn't it? Now, what is BD? You said BD was 11.52. What was BC? You said BC was 8.04. If my memory serves me well, 8.04, then we confirm it. 8.04, right? 8.04 plus CD, right? Therefore, this means CD is, if you like, you can say 11.52 minus 8.04 equals CD. Therefore, what is CD? CD is 11.52 minus 8.04. What is our answer? Our answer is 3.48 meters. Right? Therefore, distance between the two windows is, therefore, the distance between the two windows, the distance between the two windows is 3.48 meters. Okay. All right. So this is it, guys. This is how you answer questions. Okay. Now, this question, this question paper is your, what is this? It's your final year exam. So it has functions, trig functions. So I'm going to treat trig functions so I don't have to come back to it in November. Okay. So these as well, if you're watching this in June, you don't have to watch from this point onwards. You can stop from here. But if you're watching after June, preparing for your final examinations, well, proceed. Okay. Good. Now, question 6. Nice. They say the graphs f of x equals a sine x and g of x equals cos x plus 1 for x is an element of 0 degrees included to 360 degrees included. So that means your functions are touching 0 degrees and are also touching 360 degrees, okay? Perfect. 6.1. The value of a, that means you must look for sine, graph of sine, where is it? That is f of x. So as I look at it here, is it? Its maximum is 1, its minimum is minus 1. So that means a must be 1. Okay, that means a must be 1. 6.2, determine the range of g the range of G, as I look at it, you will say Y is an element of range. What is the lowest Y value of G? This is G, guys. This is G. What is the lowest Y value? The lowest Y value is 0. Does it touch that? Yes, it touches it, so it will be a square bracket. What is the highest Y value? The highest Y value is 2. Does it touch 2? Yes, it does, so it will be 2 square bracket. If you like, you can say Y is an element of greater or equal to 0 degrees, but less or equal to, oh man, why am I saying 0 degrees? 0, but less or equal to 2. Okay, you can write it either this way or this way, whichever you like. Okay, perfect. 6.3, determine the amplitude of G. So when we talk amplitude, guys, please, amplitude does not necessarily mean the height of your, the highest value of your graph. What it means is that it is to say highest plus lowest divided by 2. Okay, hear me out. Highest plus lowest all divided by 2. So if you want to find the amplitude, I advise you do this. Even though you can see that it's 1 from the coefficient, because it's supposed to be g of x equals cos x plus 1. So it is basically the coefficient of cos x. Okay, so that coefficient of x is your amplitude. So your amplitude is 1, but I'm going to show you when you look at your graph. What is it? It is, what is the highest? Remember, it is max minus mean all over, max plus mean. Okay, so what is max? Max is 2. What is mean? Mean is 0 all over 2. So what is this? This is 1. Okay, this is why it's 1 mark. However, when you are looking at your equation, g of x equals cos, okay, so g of x equals, let's say, a cos x plus q. Okay, so this amplitude is this value here. Okay, it's this value here. So when you look at this equation, unfortunately, they didn't type the equal sign here, but it's okay. This value here is coefficient of cos x is 1. Hence, you should simply say amplitude is equal to 1, or simply write 1. It'll still be okay. Right? It will still be okay. Because as you can see, it's 1 mark, guys. Okay? It's 1 mark. Okay? So it's 1 mark. So I just wanted to explain this, that the coefficient of cos x is your amplitude. Your coefficient of sin x is also your amplitude. Okay? Perfect. Now, let's then look at 6.4. 6.4 says, for which values of x will f of x be greater or equal to g of x? The meaning of this is that f of x is above g of x, and f of x is equal to g of x. Remember, when they say is equal, it means intersect. Okay, it's to say intersect. So we're going to look, let's look at this. This is the intersection, the first intersection I'm seeing, right? Look to the left of it. Is f of x above g of x? To the left of this, is f of x above g of x? It is not. So I'm not going to consider it. But now let's look to the right of it. But to the right of it until what point? To the right of it until 180 degrees. Oh, so when x is equal to 90 degrees, yes, and also when x is equal to 180 degrees. But not there. When x is greater than 90 degrees as well, and when x is less than 90 degrees. So if you like, you can say when x is an element of, does it touch? Yes, it touches. So when x is an element of 90 degrees, included to 180 degrees, does it touch 180 degrees? Yes, included. So square bracket. Or if you like, you can use this one. When x is greater or equal to 90 degrees, but less or equal to 180 degrees. and this is how you write your answer. Remember, I said f of x is greater, is above g of x when x is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. But again, they are equal at x equals 90 and at x equals 180. Hence, we have these. Okay. All right. 6.5. 6.5 says g of x minus f of x must be 2. What does it mean? G of x must be above f of x and their distance must be 2 units. Okay? And their distance must be, let me wait for you, and their distance must be 2 units. Okay, and their distance must be 2 units. Okay, and that distance must be 2 units. As I wait. Okay, the distance must be 2 units, right? And their distance must be 2 units. All right. So now, where is that, guys? I want you to see this. This is 0. This is 2. Remember, I said g of x must be above f of x. From this point to 90 degrees, from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, g of x is above f of x, right? Now, I also want you to see this. As you move from 0 degrees to 90, the distance between them is decreasing. So therefore, what does it mean? It means what you have here, as you can see, f of x is at 0, g of x is at 2. This is what we are looking for. So our answer is x is 0 degrees. All right. Where else? Remember, g of x must be above f of x. Where is that? This is when, 270. Do you see that? Look at it. 270. What do I mean? Why am I saying 270? If you look at g of x, it is at 1. Where is f of x? It is at -1. The distance between the two is 2 units. So therefore, it will be at x equals 270 degrees, right? Oh, okay. Remember, as you move slightly to your right, the distance somehow increases. All right, so be careful. I'm not going to include this region. I'm going to say, but here, it will be making sense. What is this point? This is at x equals 360 degrees. This is at x equals 360 degrees. All right, so this is how you get all your marks for this particular question. Now, let us now head to a final question here. 6.6. It says the graph of f is reflected across the x-axis. Write down the equation of the new graph, which is h. Guys, when they say reflection across the x-axis, it is to say this is point Ramta, right? When you reflect point Ramta across the x-axis, you will be seeing his image in the, which is Ramta prime. You'll be seeing him in the other side of the x-axis. So as you can see, the points should be the same x value. Okay, they should be the same x value, but the y values will be different. How different? They will just change the sign. So y value will be having a different sign. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that h of x is basically negative of what? Of f of x. Why? Because when you reflect across the x-axis, the y value is changing the sign, but the x values are the same. So what was f of x? We found that the value of a was 1. So it'll be negative sine x. Okay, it'll be negative sine x. Okay, so this is how you answer these questions. Okay, this is how you answer these questions. And let me see if, do we have another trick? Oh, no, we don't. We're done with trigonometry. So guys, as you can see, this is how you attempt your trigonometry. And with this, it guarantees you, let me see, 10 marks, 15, so that's 25, 10 marks, 15, that's 25 plus 16, so that's more like 31 marks. Okay, that's more like 31 marks. So you now have 31 marks. You have passed, you have 31% of your paper too. Of course, greater, your exam papers are 100 marks. Okay, so this is it, guys. See you next time with another exciting question paper. Right, so all the best and bye-bye.